Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Amalgamash, and this is the sequel to yesterday's video. This is Everlasting Questing Legacy from Evolution Artist, made in RPG developer Vogging. I'm going to be taking the approach that I took yesterday to this game, but I'm going to be ranting a lot less and paying a lot more attention to the game itself. I talked a little bit to the developer, let him watch the former video, so all of that's cool, all of that's sorted. I wanted to start here at the title screen again because we have access to the continue, and because I'm doing more of a deep dive into the game itself and looking at everything that's available here, I can experience what it's like to boot the game up and continue from the very first second. Now, there was a splash screen right before this with a bunch of different developer logos and asset maker logos and the like on there. I went ahead and skipped past that. I'm going to be doing very minimal editing to this video as well. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully my webcam footage turns out okay. I believe I fixed all of the problems that I was having. Every last little itty bitty problem that I could possibly have, knock on wood, is fixed. And I should not have anything lagging at all ever again. I should just have huge file sizes, but that's a me problem. Anyway, let's continue. I want to say something I didn't get a chance to say in the last episode, even though it should have been inferred. This is an open, it's a closed beta, and as such, it being a beta at all means that what you see here will not reflect the final product necessarily. There may be elements that are changed. There may be some elements that are kept, and everything is changed. Here's our load screen. I'm level 5. I've played for 42 minutes. You got to see me basically do all kinds of exploration here, and we were able to save just about anywhere. I should see a lot less lag now, which all of that's going to make me really happy. The spawn points are pretty they're pretty consistent. They're pretty persistent. They will repeat over and over. The enemies here exponentially easier than they were now that I'm level 5. They're not even hurting me, and I'm able to just absolutely take them out. Look at that, 3 hit points out of my total of 563 that I have. Not even worried about it. Kudos to Evolution Artist for all of the work put in to this. I'm now going to kind of give you my thoughts on everything I've experienced so far. So, like, the grind's not tedious if it moves quickly enough, in my opinion. That's going to be subjective, obviously. Everything I say is going to be very subjective. I'm not trying to be authoritative or speak on behalf of anybody else. So we'll just keep that in mind for the rest of the comments I make throughout the video. But I feel like, and I cannot actually stand turn-based combat. I know. In most cases, I cannot stand turn-based combat. But I'm okay with it if it's breezy enough. And if it starts out tough but becomes breezy because of like a reward system where like you level up enough to be able to toast the enemies like I'm doing now, I like it. That's good balance in my opinion. It's not the only way to do good balance, but it is a good way to do good balance, and I appreciate it. So I'm stomping enemies left and right. I should be able to... It grinds out my experience and my iron, which is the currency right now, but it's not quite enough to be really worth doing. What's my status? 196 experience to the next level. I'm not gonna make it. I mean, I'll make it, but like, that's at the rate that I'm earning the experience. It's not a big deal. So I'm not gonna worry too much about the 2 empty equipment slots. Loving all of this varied layout, though. It is such a departure from SGB, where we didn't have control over our layouts unless we invented the whole thing. It's great. The equipment, I think I looked at that already. Yeah, because this is where I go to actually change my equipment. Items, I've been looking in this quite a bit to see if I had the requisite bone chips in order to be able to prove myself as a witchblade. The guy wants bone chips. I can't fault him. And skills, which I only have 1 skill. Number 9, I just have blood gem. So not worried about that. We have keyboard layout. That's nice. That's really cool. Look at that Diablo-esque font. Key input layout, movement, up, W or down arrow. We get all of our controls lined out for us here. And I do have zoom in and out as well. So that's interesting. The interact key will close this window, and there's an extra message telling me that the interact key will close. Camera kind of like jumped. No big deal there. Just interesting. Configuration. We have our configuration. I'm not worried about it. And I'm saving the best for last, the Grimoire book. What is this? This is the Grimoire of Souls. And it looks like we have... Oh, it's like our monster book. It's like our enemy... Oh. We actually have 4 entries for the Jord Fiend, 1 for the Scorched Fiend. The Scorched Fiend is a creature marked by the fires of hell. We have Mushroom and Small Bag of Iron. Those are the drops we can get from him. We also have full access to all of his stats. I like that a lot. We can see everything about him in this bestiary. This is the Jord Fiend level 4. We have level 3, level 2, and level 1. A creature from the depths of the ground. He has the same item drop rate, if that is accurate. What is interesting is that he gives you more experience in iron, but his stats don't change across the levels unless it's just not able to, unless the system's just still in progress and it's not showing me the updated stats for that monster. So we have looked at all of that. I'm gonna say, like, obviously everything is still being worked on. I'll be glad to see this font change to whatever font they end up using. Even if I know, as well as anybody that uses this engine, that you get one font. So you get one, but which sucks. But we can still make pictures of labels and things in third-party programs and import them. So I think that would be really cool to see. Okay. Other than that, that picture's not bad. It is it's perhaps a bit low res compared to some of the other things I'm seeing. If it's going to be low res, it could be blurred, and then it would look more natural, a little bokeh effect. What is that? Did I interact with this already? I think so. Oh no. I did not. I am jankin' ogredly. Since my time here is limited, please buy some of this wonderful water of life. You have... I'll buy 2. I just made a deal with a tombstone, with the spirit of the tombstone. I'm gonna come back once I get a net and a bottle, and I'm gonna capture him. Just kidding, I don't think I can do that, but I would like to. It seems this path is blocked. That's fine. Just a marker. Are you strong? If I destroy you, can I have a lot of gold and experience? Can I have your bone chips, please? I certainly like that my menu's in the middle and the monster's stats are underneath where the monster's standing on the left and my stats are on the right. I wish this was a bit zoomed in. Since it's just 1v1, I'd like to be closer to the action. Not a lot closer, but definitely closer. I dig the ending screen there. When we get into battle again, I'll talk a little bit about the animations. I like that the outline of the character shows through the trees. I like that it's blue color. I know that the engine facilitates this, but by default, it's a very jarring white. I don't like it turned on all the time, but I think it's necessary here because there is such foliage. There's such scenery that you're constantly going to be blocked. So the outlines make sense here, to me. Not only would I like to be zoomed in a little further, the animations for the characters, I think there should be more frames for each animation. If you're going for a style where everybody looks like a 3D model, but it's just 2D screenshots of that model in different poses, I think that just a few more, as a stylistic choice, it's not a bad or good thing, it's just a choice, but like, I think just a couple more frames of animation. I don't think it needs to be like 60 FPS fluid, just a couple more. Because I get what's being done here. But to have it be just like the 3, I think is just too few for my taste. Hello, I'm stuck. I appreciate the realism, just like in real life. I can't get through those trees. Oh my god. I think I visited. Oh, there's bone chips near there. The bones are hard for me to see. Ecrivain, you're new. You are brand new. I am toasting these guys, though. I kind of like being able to see the experience till the next level right under my name. I think I'd change up how it's displayed, but I do like it. There's not a spirit here. That's too bad. Whoa. That's cool. I was standing right next to that spiritual skeletal lightning. I know there's bones that I can collect, and that'll give me my requisite bone chips. But I definitely, they don't pop out at me. And I could remember maybe where they are, but the forest is very much like a real forest. I can't tell my north from my down, so I can't tell my left from my west. I am not the best at navigation, though. Like, I'll get lost in any game. I got lost on the road playing Spy Hunter. Alright, that game has one road. You just travel upwards constantly. There are a couple branching paths, actually. So it's not really a dig at the map design, nor is it very helpful. But I do get lost in maps where there's not a mini map with a stuck compass. I need to like be in a place navigating it for a long time before I can really understand where to go. I play Final Fantasy XIV and I hate Limsa Lominsa because I still don't have that place entirely mapped out in my head. I use the Aether crystals to travel around, but like the different ways to get to the upper levels of Limsa confuse the hell out of me. I'll be like, okay, I can see where I need to go upstairs. And I go, and it ends up that I took the long way around to get where I needed to go. And it's just every single time. It doesn't matter how long I've been playing. I just suck at that stuff. And that's a real life thing too, not just video game thing. All right, so Dev mentioned that the walking up to things and not necessarily having to press a key to interact with them was very intentional, but he might look into changing that for just a couple of things. He also said that I've walked by quite a few things without interacting with them, and I'm wondering what those might have been. I like the border beyond the map. This is subjective. I'm gonna sound just like one of those butthole RPG maker video creator. Anyway, but like the line of trees, I would replace that with something else. I really like the movie Prometheus. You say what you want about it. You love it or hate it, whatever. But I love one of the lines that one of the people delivers in it when they land on a planet and they see the way that the architecture is up. They know that it's not coincidental. One of them says, God does not build in straight lines. And that stuck with me forever because it's like, okay, yeah, that's right. Say what you apply the reasoning, like scale it out to mean that nature doesn't happen such that you're going to see something like that. It means that there was intervention in some way. So we actually have more than one tower, which I'm just now realizing. This guy ought to give me quite a bit of reward because he's very strong. Kind of. Why is he faced the other way? Did I sneak up on him and the engine's just not turning him back around? Or is his sprite put in backwards? Let's say it's probably the latter, because usually they turn around after you get done sneaking up on him. Yeah, 28 experience. I really need bones. I will... do I have the bones I need now? I might have the bones I need. I have 8. I have 8 bone chips. Let's go. Dev told me to interact with the... Where am I? I get lost. I may or may not have gotten lost. Don't worry about it. Told me to interact with the campfire. And I am trying to interact with more things. I'm pushing space and stuff around the map. The dev said that it would be very, very difficult to play all of this. Or at least he didn't expect me to play the full contents of the demo, because the demo, he says, is about 9-10 hours long. Hey, there's the burning skeletons over here. No. This is why we have to save often, fellas. This is why we save often. 18 minutes. Here's the splash screen I was talking about. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's really good to see this without any lag whatsoever. Like, this is great. Man. I hate that. I wonder what happened. Grab me some bones. Ah, man. So I'll probably wander around a little bit. Try to mind map this place a little more while I talk a little bit more about stuff I'm seeing. So the battle map looks fine. I don't have a problem with the battle map. Like I said, I'd love to be zoomed in a little more on the action. I wouldn't mind if the trees were a little closer to us to reflect on this place a little more. He is attacking me and my hit points are going up. There has to be a reason for that. Alright, so this ends up being the left path. The left path, that is what got me in trouble right here. Let's save and interact with it again and see if it does the same thing. No, it did not. I found 3 old soup. That must have been something I missed interacting with the first time. 1 bone chip. Didn't see that there. Alright, I'm back. I'm getting my bone chips. As long as I'm getting my bone chips, I'm fine, because that's all I need to get. I just need to farm the bone chips. What was I saying? The developer said that this is like a 9-hour plus demo. There are other zones, not just this forest zone. So there's like a lot going on. One thing I wanted to share is that you are incentivized to play the demo before you play the full game, because if you do play the demo, then there are things you can take with you from the demo into the full game, namely things that will really help your progress, and so, or give you access to areas. I think my memory is a bit fuzzy on the detail. Either way, it sounded like it was very interesting and helpful to actually play the demo first and keep your save data and then play the full game, rather than play the full game from scratch. That's what I thought. Thought it sounded really cool. I am now going to save after every bone chip I get. All right, so I'm heading back to camp really quick. There's a couple of things I want to try to do. The chest is openable. 4x Apprentice XP Elixir. That's pretty awesome. I don't remember getting that the first time. I can make stuff with the ingredients that I have. I can make fresh soup with water and mushroom. I guess I can get water from the well. Exotic potion from water and mushroom. Death brew from herb, water, and bone chip. I'm not going to waste my bone chips. I can get an Apprentice XP Elixir by cooking up rations. A Journeyman XP Elixir by mixing an Apprentice Elixir with an herb. And a Master, there are other XP Elixirs as well. That's very interesting. So let's say let's see what happens when I take that elixir. Grants 25% bonus XP for a period of time. I can't use it from the menu. I wonder, where do I use it? 2 flasks of water. Abby still has special goods. I don't know what the unholy blood does, but since I have money, I'm going to go ahead and buy it and check out its item description. I'm going to check out the fountain. I am now completely good, completely refreshed. Still can't do anything with the Witchblade. I have no need to talk to the developer, nor do I need to refresh the FPS. Let's leave camp again. I'm having a good time. Oh, this is another place where I think the extra frames of animation for the characters would really be helpful. Or if not, then an increase on the speed of the animation. Not a big increase. I like the slow feeling of everything. Just a slight uptick in speed. I'm skating quite a bit on the ground here. It doesn't feel too unnatural. It doesn't feel bad. It's just, I'd play around with it. I'd make it a little faster and see what would be good. Got my herbs. Still not like seeing bones. The encounter rate doesn't feel bad because I don't feel like I'm locked into combat. Like I can just single button press my way through combat. I know some people hate that. I don't mind it. I like it better when I get to a new area and then the enemies are so strong that I really need to strategize how I approach them. But then as I level up, each level is meaningful, or each time I equip a new piece of equipment, it's meaningful, and I'm able to overpower them as long as I put in a little bit of time and think carefully. Then once I overpower the enemy, I really like just being able to go into combat, hit a button to kill them, not have to think too much for little reward, or once my status gets to where I need a lot of experience to get to the next level. That's when I start to find combat tedious. That's just my threshold. That's going to be to each their own, person by person, case by case thing. But like, I'll give you an example. I like Dragon Quest XI very much. I hate Pokemon. I cannot play Pokemon because the battles are just non-stop. They go, they go, they go. I know there are people that are really, really good at Pokemon that will argue the point that now you can get into the battle and you can strategize, and if you pick the right things, you can absolutely crush your opponents. But to me, it is just so slow and tedious, and they want you to see every little animation and hear every little battle cry, and it just gets so annoying. It's more about the presentation of the Pokemon than it is anything. It's like 51% the presentation of the Pokemon. Did the bones reappear down here? No, not yet. I know having a spawn point for bones is that's quite a concept, but I'm going to take advantage of it anyway. So I think that's about all. I would really be interested to know what like the heart symbol and the skull symbol that appear on the left side of the screen above the enemy, what those mean. I know that the skull means he's dead, right? What's the heart mean? Does that mean he's wounded really badly? Bleeding? About to die? The skeleton's taking a fire bath in the barrel. That is so odd to me. Let's escape. Escape failed. Fist punch, please. Fist punch. I have escaped. Now, something else I want to explore is that there's no lore. I mean, what lore there is minimalistic, and it's very open to interpretation. So what this ends up meaning is that you can role play your character. You do not have to be beholden to the lore of the game necessarily. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to role play my character. I'm going to make up a story for this character. And I'm going to play according to that story and my character's lore. I just want bone chips, guys. I just want the bone chips. That's all I care about now. I see that skeleton. Oh my god, give me the bones. Yes. Just one. Just one. It's just one bone chip. How many do I have? I better save. Time to save. Got a bone chip. Items. 9. Oh god, I'm so close. I'm so close. But I am out of time. So in the very next episode, we'll talk about what kind of roleplay character I would build. We'll turn in our bone chips. We'll see what being a witchblade truly means. We'll see if I can advance beyond this area. I have a feeling once I get to level 6, that might unlock some things. If that's not the case, Dev, don't tell me. I'll find it naturally. I would prefer to go into this as blind as possible. Overall, I feel like this is a game that I would have found sometime in the early 2000s. Something that either I would have found like on the shelf at Walmart or in a resale shop that, you know, doesn't normally sell stuff like this, but I would have happened upon it like a treasure. I would have brought it home. I would have played it. I would have been surprised at how good it felt. And then I would have asked people if they'd played it, and they would all say no. Nobody would have ever heard of it. This is based on a true story, if you couldn't tell. And I would not only feel like, oh, we got our bones, we got our bones. We got our bones, we got our bones. Shut up, everybody. We got our bones. Shut up. Shut up. We got our bones. Save. Save. Right now, we're going to figure out what it means to be a witchblade. Hello, Tainted One. You got it. Here you go. You are now attuned with the Adept spell knowledge. That's it? What'd you give me? Oh my god, he gave me a ton. I've got Hibernation Circled, which is a high chance of putting an enemy to sleep. I've got Energy Gems, which lowers my HP, but gives me a buff to my magical power, and it does stack. Same thing, attack power at the cost of HP. Defense power, and I recover 25% HP. This could be necessary against bosses. Very tanky skill. Fire Strike, 75% chance to hit with this striking attack. It is strong versus earth, and it heals fire element types. And we have 2 more elements, 3 more elements that are like that. We have Unholy and Holy Orb, which essentially are the same attacks as above. Just strong versus each other rather than playing round robin between 4 elements. All right, so now I'm a proper Witchblade. We will be role-playing a character when next we meet, and I will be progressing to the next area, I hope. We'll find out in the next episode, so please stay tuned for that. Thank you very much to Evolution Artist for this closed beta test opportunity, and I will see you guys the next episode. Till then, have a great rest of your day, and bye for now.